Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a little bit of a different curveball for you. We're going to be looking at an ultrasonic cleaner. Now this was sent out to me by VEVOR. I've been working with them on some of their compressors. I'll drop links for not only this, but also the compressors in the description and comments. And as you guys may know, my channel is completely non-monetized, so you don't have to sit through commercials, but the Amazon links are the only thing I have to kind of power the channel monetarily. So if you shop through those, thank you. You don't even have to buy the product that's listed in the link. If you simply click in through that link and buy other stuff, I think I still get credit for it. So thanks in advance for doing that. But anyway, this thing's pretty cool. It's a 10-liter ultrasonic cleaner. Well, Air Shootist, how is that air gun related? Well, it is and it isn't. It would be good for cleaning things like cleaning out your moderators, your barrel shrouds, things like that, and possibly even cleaning up your pellets. I don't know that it's necessarily going to group any better by cleaning pellets, but you might be able to leave less residue in your barrel, or if you don't like whatever factory lube is on those pellets, ultrasonically cleaning them would allow you to put whatever lube you wanted to on those pellets afterwards. But today we're not going to be doing any of that. We're going to be cleaning some parts. So off camera here, I have some rusty bolts that I pulled out of my bolt jar in there. We're going to gauge how well this works by testing on those. I have some of the girlfriend's jewelry, and I also have my FN carry pistol that I carry every single day, which I don't fire it a ton, but it's probably pretty dirty. So we're going to throw that in the ultrasonic cleaner as well. And I've got a hack for you guys for actually ultrasonic cleaning, which is to put the items in ZIPLOC bags. And when you put them in a ZIPLOC bag, you avoid getting everything dirty with mucking this up with particles that's going to come out of whatever you're cleaning. So that's kind of a hack to using these things that I've seen online. It looks like it's one that I want to do. You're also going to want to have some Simple Green HD cleaner. This is the best stuff that everybody's using. That's not going to screw anything up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a 50-50 of this and just some distilled water in the Ziploc bags with the items, and then fill the rest of the unit up with water, and that should be fine. So we'll do that. What the unit comes with is the top that I just took off. It has a nice cage that you can put everything in. You've got your manual, you've got a power cord, and you do have a tube in case you wanted to route that into your drainage here and drain it elsewhere. We're not going to use that, but the unit is pretty nice. It's all stainless steel. It's got a temp gauge, which is temperature controlled. So you can set this, you know, higher than your room temperature, which is good. I think it goes to, I think it's like 50°C or so. So we're going to put the temperature up a little bit, and then it's got a timer. So, but I have not used this. As you can see, it's brand new. So you guys are going to go through using it together with me. Here's a quick look at the items that we're going to be cleaning. So we've got some random rusty, dirty bolts that I've pulled out of my random parts bucket. We've got some jewelry here, and the earrings are kind of particularly, let's see if I can get that in focus. They're kind of particularly gross and dirty. So we're going to clean those and see how they come out. And then we've got my pistol right there, which is kind of dirty. So we'll see how that comes out, but I don't really fire that much. And when I do clean it thoroughly, but I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of carbon like in the grip frame that we're going to be able to get out with this thing. So we're going to go ahead and bag these up with a 50-50 mix of Simple Green Pro HD heavy duty cleaner and some good old distilled water. And then we're going to fill the rest of this thing up with water. Some people, depending on what minerals and stuff are in their tap water, they're concerned about using these because some of those minerals might cause bad effects to their parts. So we're going to avoid that by using the distilled water. But since everything's going to be Ziplocked in bags, we can use just tap water in the rest of the unit to fill it up. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare, and then let's get this thing started. First, here's just a closer up view of this thing. Okay, so you see the digital controls on the front. Pretty nice. All stainless steel construction, stainless steel basket, and there's the drain. And like I said, rather than mucking this nice thing up with tons of particles that we blow off of this stuff in the cleaner, we're going to Ziploc bag it. So let's go ahead and get our stuff out, and then we'll get to cleaning. Okay, so I've got my parts bagged. What we're going to do is we're just going to eyeball out a 50-50 mix. So I'm going to place that in there. All right, next is the jewelry. That's all of it. And now let's throw this pistol in here. So I've stripped it down. I've got just the frame. Yeet. I've got just the slide, but it does have all the components in it. We're not going to care about fully stripping those for this purpose today. We're just going to clean it. I'm sure it'll be better than it was. And yes, I do have a compressed air tank to blow this stuff out afterwards. Recoil spring. And of course my barrel. So we're going to put all that in there. I want to make sure the parts are fully submerged, which they now are. All right, cool. So the next thing we're going to do is, and first of all, you can see how much stuff you could, like I could put like 2 more pistols in there probably. 10 liters is quite a bit. So I'm going to fill the rest up with water, making sure that my drain pipe on the other side, I've already closed it, so we're not just going to leak this out. And you want to go to the fill line, which is right about the top of the basket. I'll need a little bit more water, so I'll get that. And then let's try running this thing. All right, so the water is up to the fill line or so there. Everything is fully submerged, which is what it needs to be. I'm gonna go ahead and put this lid on. And I've got it plugged in. It just plugs into the back, and you're gonna have to press this button, okay? So the unit is now on. Good. And looks like it's set already to 50C. And we're gonna put it, let's leave this bad boy in here. Let's see what 20 minutes will do. I think that ought to be a pretty fair amount of time to clean. It might even be more than enough. But we'll do it for 20 minutes. And then I'll clean everything out and we'll take a look at the results. And I just pushed both of these buttons. You do actually have to press those, and then you're gonna see the on indicators go on, and you can hear that bad boy. It sounds like it's got some serious power. So I just can't resist. Let's take a look. Definitely vibrating, and you can hear and see the ultrasonic. Wow, look at the parts. There's already stuff coming off of those. Look at that. Crazy. Okay, cool. So let's let this thing do its thing. Hopefully, I think it'll beep or something, I imagine, once it gets down to 0. And I'm just going to do other stuff, shoot chipmunks, hang out, and we'll see what happens in 20 minutes or so.
A few moments later.
We got about 7.5 minutes left. So let's just do a little progress test. Dang. Even the jewelry looks very cloudy in there, but definitely the rusty parts. Wow. Okay, so I just have to like be patient, which is not my strong suit, and we'll wait the 7 more minutes and see what we did, but looking good so far. It just beeped. I missed it by about a couple seconds, but pretty warm on top. It definitely did warm up the water, and wow, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to take each one of these out. And look, see, we didn't gum up and dirty up the whole tank. Look, still pristinely clean because we did it like this. So now all I have to do is drop the water out of that tank and no cleaning necessary. But look at that. All right, that's the random bolts and parts I pulled out of the parts bucket. Next, we've got the jewelry. Also, trying to get the white background. It definitely, you can see some muck in there as well. And then what about the pistol? I told you I kept that gun pretty clean. But next, I'm going to dump all these and then rinse them off a little bit with some water, and we'll see what the final product looked like. But so far, oops, I'll just put that over there. So far, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, look at that. That is pretty sweet. And that was only in 20 minutes. So let's see what they look like without being in bags of water. So I've dumped the water, and these look way cleaner. And I'm sure I could have gotten them even cleaner had I put them in for longer, or maybe at a higher temperature. I might have had it at the top temperature actually, but just gonna do a little bit of that. Oops. There's the jewelry. Not sure if you could see, but it is absolutely sparkling. Like, it looks easily way better than it did before. I better be careful not to drop any of this out here, or I will be in trouble when I get home, but I'll rinse this off and then we'll take a look at it on a white paper plate. And here are the gun parts. They also look very clean. Go ahead and give them a rinse off. And I will blow this out with compressed air. I've got this old paintball tank rigged with a paintball ASA, and I'm just going to blow that off at super high pressure, and we'll take a look up close. So I ran about out of air on the bottle. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the VEVOR PCP compressor and fill that bad boy up. And this is a good time to point out that this company makes like literally everything. If you go on their website, you can find like things like sheds all the way to like AstroTurf to just like whatever random product you're looking for. These guys make it. So we're going to go from using their ultrasonic cleaner to right away using their compressor. And I'll be back after that fills up a bit. I'll blow that thing out very thoroughly and put it back together, or actually we'll take a look inside of it first and then I'll put it back together, but it looks super clean. All right, guys, look at that. That is like factory new almost. Just look, that was all carboned up because you never get in there and clean that well enough, and that had carbon all over it. And now it just looks super clean. And it did a really good job on the slide too. Slide looks new. It cleaned off all of that stuff, even so much as the brass residue that was left right there from scraping over the magazine when it has one in it, when it's cycling, and just really cleaned that out nicely. Looks great. One thing I did notice is it kind of strips a little bit of the oil off, so you're going to want to re-oil the slide before you reassemble it externally and obviously internally. And here's the recoil spring. Looks super good. That was super dirty and now it looks really clean. Even the end looks really good. That was pretty black. And then we have the barrel itself, which looks really good. And let's take a look down the bore. See if I can do this. Oh, wow. That is like spotless. Hold on, let me try to focus here. Spotless. Oh my God, really nice. So VEVOR, good job on the 10-liter ultrasonic cleaner and also the compressor. Now let's take a look at the other stuff. Okay, first we have the screws and stuff. These were just filthy, especially this. This didn't even look like it was black. It looked brown and it looked like it cleaned off quite a bit. This really cleaned off. This brass piece here didn't even look like it was brass. It looked like it was rusty steel, and now you can tell it's at least brass. So it cleaned those off pretty well. But look at the jewelry, man. This is why jewelry shops use ultrasonic cleaners. So remember we were taking a look at the earrings before? Let's see if we can focus. They do not have any crud in them anymore and look really good. Those are 2-carat black diamond earrings that I got for the old lady. But wow, everything just looks like noticeably cleaner. So I am pretty impressed with this little unit here. All right, guys, so we have a clean pistol, we have some clean jewelry for the girlfriend, and we have some cleaner rusty bolts and stuff. One thing I didn't show you was how to drain this thing, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Simple as that, and it'll drain. So VEVOR, man, they make everything. Good company, good quality products. I'll leave links for everything in the comments and description for you guys. Hope you found this informative. And let me know in the comments how you guys do with your ultrasonic cleaning. Do you have any tips and tricks like the ZIPLOC thing? What kind of stuff are you doing for the best results? Because I am going to be doing a lot of work with that on like everything that I own. So definitely looking forward to your comments, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.